Can the overall aesthetic of this almost 26-year-old pickup truck be completely transformed for only $50 and a couple of cans of spray paint? Today we're going to be putting that question to the test, focusing only on the plastic trim on this truck. It is so faded, it is in such bad shape, it looks terrible, it kills the look. I've been procrastinating doing this for about 8 years since I've owned this truck. 8 years I have not touched the trim, and I've just let it look bad. I've done other things, I've done the wheels and tires, I've done a lot of modifications and upgrades to this truck. Put a lot of time, money, and effort into this truck, but the one thing that it's still missing is the aesthetic. This problem with plastic trim is very common, and it's caused mainly by UV damage. When the sun, it sucks all of the oils out and leaves what used to be black, in some cases almost white. Now this is going to be a lot of work today, so I'm going to be using a method that's, in my opinion, the only method that will actually last on any of this faded plastic. Don't be tempted by the quick, easy tactics you see some people using, like a heat gun or even WD-40 to bring back some shine to these plastics. Both of those methods work fine, but they're really only going to last about a month or so, and they're inevitably going to fade back to exactly how they were. That's why I'm going to be using a specialty paint made specifically for bumpers and trim that, when applied properly, will last for years, even if you park your vehicle outside in the elements and you don't have a garage. So what we're going to actually be painting on this truck, we're going to paint the mirrors, the plastic trim by the windshield wipers, the plastic bedside rail caps. The rear bumper has a stepping pad that is plastic trim. We're going to paint that, and the front bumper also has a plastic valance on there. The front bumper and the rear bumper are what's really faded on this truck. It looks really bad. The mirrors are also in pretty bad shape. So how I'm going to tackle this, I'm going to remove the mirrors from the truck, and I'm going to remove the plastic in front of the windshield where the windshield wipers are. I'm going to take that off of the truck. Ideally, you would remove all of the trim, and it is all removable. However, the bedside clips and the bumper pads, they wouldn't lock back into place. So we're going to mask around those, tape them off, and paint those on the truck. I'm going to show you everything. We're going to get started by taking these mirrors off and the plastic in front of the windshield. I wanted to show you guys this. You can see somebody's been in here before messing with these mirrors. We have, looks like 8mm nuts in 3 locations. All 3 of these studs have 2 nuts locked down on them. There's no washers, but I couldn't imagine Ford from factory putting double nuts with no washers. So we're gonna fix that up too. Also, if you don't have a garage or a shop like me, all your tools kind of have to be stored. You know, if you store them in the shed, you have to move them wherever you're working on things. So you can't have a big toolbox. It's really not ideal for someone that doesn't have a shop. So if you're not familiar with these Harbor Freight kits, this one is my favorite. It's the thin one. I can't remember how many pieces it is, but it has a couple of wrenches, adjustable wrench, pliers, needle nose, Torx bits, square bits, Phillips flathead screwdrivers. It has Allen wrench, metric and standard. It has spark plug sockets. It's got a bunch of sockets, deep well, short well, 1/4 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch, all the ratchets. They're very affordable. They're very convenient in this blow molded case. You can just, you know, throw this in the truck, go to the junkyard, things like that. That's pretty much all you need. I also have all DeWalt tools. I don't know how that started. DeWalt, Milwaukee, whatever. Be using this 1/4 inch impact to take off all my hardware here. Now we have those screws removed, this mirror should just pop right out here. Let's see. Haha, there's 4. I don't know why I thought there was only 3. Maybe that's Chevrolet. Oh, there goes the mirror. Idiot. Hope it didn't break. Oh no, she's perfect. Say hey guys. So I actually didn't know this about these forward wiper arms. I was assuming there's gonna be a nut under here to take it off. It's got this little, see that little black pin right there? Peel that out and hold it out like that. Peel your wiper up and it just wiggles. Spider's trying to kill me there. And it just wiggles straight off the stud. It's like a little quick release thing. I'm not sure why they designed it like that, but I'm glad they did. It's pretty cool. So at this point we have everything removed that we're going to remove, and the next step is going to be I'm going to tape off and mask up the entire truck, and I'm not going to make you guys sit through that. Look at how crusty these things are. It's going to take a little bit of sanding. We'll sand all of these eventually. I'm going to take some time, get some tape, and just mask around everything. I'm also going to add plastic around for no overspray, but every single thing the entire way is going to get masked. I'm also going to have to tape up the front bumper and the front license plate. Might be easier just for me to take that license plate off, that way I can hit it all. You guys think that's going to be enough plastic? So I did finish the taping. Took about, I don't know, it took about 50 minutes. And I was over here and I did something very rare for me as I was taping. I thought about something. I'm not gonna have to mask off with plastic, you know, the whole deal like I'd originally planned on. So I'm just gonna get a piece of cardboard and kind of line it up, cover up the truck so I don't get overspray that way. That way I don't have to take the time and mask all this. I can just, you know, paint a little bit at a time as I'm moving the cardboard, which is protecting the paintwork. So after I tape that up, I'm gonna get some Scotch-Brite and I'm gonna scuff up all of this area. Like every single thing that's getting paint is getting Scotch-Brite, and then I will wash them off. And that is a step that a lot of people skip. They don't sand. They don't sand what they're painting, because if I just painted this on there, paint bonds in two ways, chemically and mechanically. If you were to spray the paint on there, it would bond chemically to the plastic. The paint itself would chemically bond. However, this plastic flexes at all, or if you scrape it, or you're always on this handle or whatever, it's gonna come off because it doesn't have a mechanical bond. It's gonna flake off. That's because people don't sand. What sanding does is it creates microscopic scratches. So if you think about it, paint is a liquid. You put a bunch of really small scratches in here, and then put the liquid paint over it. You spray on the paint. The paint is gonna flow into those scratches, and then the top of it will be level because it's a liquid. Paint's relatively self-leveling, so that paint is gonna be locked down mechanically into those scratches and be smooth on the top surface. So it's very important that you scuff all of this up. Just finished scuffing up all of these parts. They are ready to be washed. I got a bucket of soapy water. I'm gonna get a rag, go over everything, spray it off with the hose, get the water off, then wipe them down with alcohol. These will be ready for paint. I'm gonna go do the same thing to all the pieces on the truck. Hit them with the Scotch-Brite. It'll be just the same as that. We are ready to paint at this stage. So I went inside and I pulled out my Rust-Oleum trim and bumper paint. It's designed specifically for that. It's $10 a can at Walmart right now. And I was just about to grab my camera, start setting up the pieces that we pulled off of the truck. I was gonna set them up to paint. And the mirrors, we're gonna have to paint every single angle. So we're gonna have to hang them up. And I walked inside to get my string, realized I didn't have any. So I was gonna run to the store real quick. I was looking for my keys, and my keys are in my truck. Yeah, we taped ourselves stuck at the house. I have to undo this, grab the keys. No big deal, but really funny to say the least. So I think what we're gonna do, I think I'm gonna hop in the old XJ. We got the inline 6 XJ. If you care about it, we can make a video about this thing one day. She's rusty, crusty, and shot, but she is a 5-speed 4-wheel drive. She runs really good. So we're gonna hop in this thing, and I'm gonna go get some string so I can hang those mirrors up, come back, slap some paint on them, and then start reassembling this truck. Oh, 4 later. All right, guys, so we just arrived here at the hardware store. We're gonna run in, see if they have the string, then we'll get back with you, see if we can't finish this project. All right, just got out of the hardware store. We got our rope, $3 here, kind of expensive, but that's fine. So we're gonna head back home, hang these mirrors off the tree probably. We're gonna give them a coat of paint, paint everything else, and we should wait for it to dry and reassemble it. So we got everything hung up, ready to paint. Got my paint here, shake it for a little bit. I'm gonna record probably as little of this as possible to prevent overspray from getting on my camera, but show you a little bit here what we're looking for. Just a light, even coat for your first coat. I really don't want to screw this camera up, so I'm going to continue to paint. All right, here I am right back where this video started. It's the next day. We finished up painting all of the trim on this truck. It was a lot of work. It was really hot yesterday, but we did it on a tight budget, and let the results speak for themselves. I'm extremely happy with how it turned out. See, the front bumper looks brand new. Have the mirrors look brand new. Door handles here. Top of the bed rail. Come around. Got the tread here. The bumper step tread. And look at how good that looks compared to how that was. Unreal. You got, of course, tailgate handle and the trim piece of the tailgate at the top, and the other side is the same. And what is important to me is not how each one of these little parts and pieces look great, which they do. It's, look at the truck now. When you just look at this pickup truck, it looks 5 years newer. It really does. It looks 5 years newer just by doing that, because it all plays together and ties in to the overall look. And what I really like about that paint that we used is it doesn't look glossy, fake, and painted. It looks like how it would have came from the factory, which is the purpose of that paint and why we did it that way. Now, granted, this truck could use some detail work. The paint on it is in rough shape, but it could be brought back. It needs, you know, touch-ups, needs a lot. Could use new badges. Those are super sun faded. That will probably be the next thing we do. Overall, it could really just use a cleaning. This thing sits most of the time, gets neglected, rarely driven. It's just basically a tow rig for me. Hook up a trailer to it and do whatever I need to do, and then it sits. But that's the truck. That's how it turned out. I'm super, super satisfied with the results. So overall, I absolutely recommend you guys doing this yourself to your vehicle. The process is easy. It's very easy, but actually doing it, it's a little bit of work. It's not bad. It's just a little bit of manual labor, but I think the results are worth it, and I encourage you guys to give it a shot.